that vegan teacher has gone totally and utterly psychotic, saying some of the most disgusting, inhumane things I've ever heard. And if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, she should be deplatformed as soon as possible. Guys, welcome back to the very famous Jerry and Curtis show. I'm sure you all remember that vegan teacher from a few years ago.
Eating animals is wrong, McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong, McDonald's. Share this song.
Right, well, one of us should probably call the care home because somebody's grandmother's escaped again. And if you think that was enough to make your ears violently bleed, wait until you see what she said about a literal child, an actual baby. In fact, it's probably amongst some of the most disgusting things I've ever heard in my life. And the place that she said all these disgusting things was in a video that she posted not so long ago. Psychotic aunt robs baby of her vegan virginity. Baby and virginity is two words that should never be in the same sentence. And the worst part about it all is that this person was a teacher. She was responsible for children. But before we dive into that later on, some of you might not remember who Miss Katie, aka that vegan teacher, is. She's basically a popular TikToker that blew up a few years ago for being an animal rights activist and promoting a lot of veganism. In fact, this isn't actually the first time I'm even speaking about her. I spoke about her originally like 3 years ago when all the shit was kicking off, and she responded to my video and went through it and marked me on how good of a person I was.
You want to f someone's mother?
My favourite part about her responding to my video is when an ad conveniently played during the middle of it. That is to scale, by the way.
Of course. Look at the ads that I'm getting. Very disappointing. Dead animals right there. So sad.
And she complained about the ad that she got, but I don't think she realizes that ads are personalized to you and your interests. So maybe she's just a massive fraud. Imagine somebody's in town one day and they just randomly walk past Burger King and see that vegan teacher inside chomping on a Whopper. But I got a few things to complain about. Number one, the fact that she makes everything about herself, whether it be Pride Month, anything, oh, it's all about her apparently. And when I say her, I mean veganism. I mean, even the terrible stuff that's happening in Palestine right now, she somehow managed to make that about not eating bacon and eggs. And ladies and gentlemen, she even posted a video titled, "Hitler was a nice guy." Yeah. He was such a lovely guy. I mean, he only killed 11 million people, but apart from that, he's a bloody saint. And we'll talk about all this because the lore goes so deep. However, this video was uploaded 1 hour ago and is titled, "Should I Take My Clothes Off for Money?" Oh, I mean, come on. It's 8 AM on a Monday morning. I don't want to listen to some grandmother talking about whether or not she should reveal her breasts on the internet.
I have been told myself that I should do an OnlyFans, that there are all kinds of crazy people out there who would pay money to see close-ups of my toes.
No one wants that. Nobody wants that. We don't need that vegan teacher OnlyFans. But if you do make one, I'm going to be the first sign up because you can bet your ass I'll be reacting to it live on my YouTube channel. You know, Miss Katie making an OnlyFans would probably be the worst news of the decade. It's just obvious she's using this for clicks, and it's so sad. I mean, she wasn't much better beforehand when she first started making content, but how much worse she's gotten. I didn't even think that was possible. And to be honest, just after hearing you talk about making an OnlyFans, makes me really want to stress eat. I might just eat a steak now. And look, guys, I'm not bashing vegans, okay? If any of you guys are vegans, that's totally fine. The vegan teacher's a problem. Like, that's the issue on hand here. And I get she's trying to push the message for veganism, but honestly, you couldn't do it in a worse way. If anything, I feel like you're just pushing people further away from the idea of becoming vegan. The past month has been Pride Month, and while all the LGBTQ plus people are celebrating that month, she didn't celebrate it. No, she took the month and tried to use it as a vegan month? I mean, what the f even is that? A vegan month? Oh, there actually is a vegan month. It's in November. So why is she doing it now for then? That's 5 months away. Maybe it's the Alzheimer's.
Hey guys, thank you so much for coming out of the closet today during my live. All of you that declared that you want to be vegan from now on. So proud of you.
Somehow she's confused the LGBTQ flag with a vegan flag. She's even got the disco lights going and everything. Seems like it's meant to be a party, but I think she forgot to invite everybody. Yeah, come on. Pride Month, vegan month. Yeah, thanks for coming out of the closet as a vegan. Yeah, wait. Where is everybody? Damn it, I forgot to invite them. Oh, I just Alzheimer's again.
This is our flag. We eat a wide variety of all colors of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds.
This is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, by she's just absolutely unhinged. This creature comes on TikTok, sits there, and makes it all about being vegan. Or maybe I've misplaced her intentions. Perhaps this is about celebrating gay chickens and lesbian pigs. So, woo! Come on, Pride Month, veganism. Don't eat the gay chickens and gay pigeons.
Let's go buy some vegan food and then play the song and dance. Woo!
No, I'm okay. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Probably listen to some Slipknot instead. But I really truly believe that the vegan teacher is actually making less people vegan and actually pushing people the other way. I mean, surely though, she could have kept this until November. I mean, this could have waited. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't any urgent matter to do this. It's like so unnecessary that I feel like this is just the pinnacle of brain rot.
Woo!
And believe it or not, she did the same thing with Palestine, which I don't really understand why she's using other conversations to promote her own conversation. Like, I feel like that's so unethical and just not morally correct. You know what I'm saying?
You say you want to free Palestine, free all the people, but what about the animals too? Peace begins on your plate. You're a hypocrite. I'm talking to you.
You know what? I might agree with you, vegan teacher. I mean, all the women, men and children dying in Palestine right now, but what about that pigeon you just ate? I think that's pretty fucked up. I feel right now that it's necessary for me to go and sit down and speak to a trusted adult about everything I am witnessing.
Peace begins on your plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's so true. Peace does begin on your plate. That's why Hitler took on a vegetarian diet and killed all those people. But look, I might be wrong about Hitler being a vegan. I know he wasn't a vegan the whole time, but I just Googled it and it just said, maybe he wasn't, but that's what the top line of Google says. But I don't understand how she's literally made a TikTok comparing people dying in Palestine versus animals dying. Like, in my opinion, human life is more important than animals' life. Would you not agree on that? Like, if you had a choice to save a pig or a person, who are you going to save? A person. She'd probably save the pig. Coward.
God is either drunk, stoned, lazy, stupid, or dead.
And I think she seems to think that vegan people are just the best people in the world. In fact, not even in the world. She claims that vegans are better than God. And she seems to have a level of ego where she believes she's entitled to insert herself into every conversation. But I guarantee you this, if there was a couple of chickens, a couple of cows maybe, you know, one or two sheep here and there, in a burning building, she would not run in to save them. Now in the second half of this video, we're going to discuss her talking about Hitler and also the disgusting things she said about a baby. But firstly, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button because there's a lot of people that watch these videos that aren't even subscribed and I can't believe it. That's absolutely disgusting. We do indeed have a goal in mind to reach 100k by September. We're on 85,000 right now and we're growing pretty decently so far. We could actually do it. And finally, just finally, I'll be able to prove to my mum that I can succeed on YouTube. And what a glorious moment that will be. So guys, join the family today, hit the subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you get notified every time I upload. Now, let's get into it. So the title of this video was a nice guy.
All right, let's look at a comment here that is in my comment section on my YouTube channel. This person says, the thing about her, meaning me, is that she only sees the bad side of people and not the good side. Like me, not vegan. I volunteer at an animal shelter every Saturday. Wow, what a nice person. So you volunteer at an animal shelter and then you go home to pay people to murder chickens, cows, and pigs, and then you shove them down your pie hole. Good work. I mean, hey, after all, I agree with you. We should always see the good side of people. For example, besides the fact that he murdered millions of innocent people, I'm sure he was deep down a good guy who said please and thank you once in a while. According to your logic, a person can murder and still be good. So, if your mom was kidnapped, raped, tortured, pinned down, forced to have her milk stolen, we should see the good in the person that did that because, maybe that week he held the door open for someone. Yep, extremely logical. Good work. Looking at the fact that you, like Hitler, are also good sometimes. Way to go, day and night, number 994.
She makes it sound like as if she's made a decent point, but you actually just sound really f***ing stupid. Hitler kills 11 million people. Me eats a steak. You're probably just as bad as Hitler, right? Second of all, you're comparing a cow to a woman. I think there's probably quite a small little minor difference between the two. And you know what? Now that I think about it, this comment right here really does sum up how poorly thought out Miss Katie's point was. Victim of harassment here. Not only was it immature of you to call out a person's profile instead of keeping them anonymous, but you just compared millions of people's trauma to a cow. I understand and appreciate people standing against animal violence, but so many people can't even look down at themselves without feeling disgusted and horrified because they were defiled and robbed of loving themselves. For you to compare that to cows who are not capable of that deep psychology comprehension of their biology makes me sick. You know what? I couldn't have said that any better, to be honest with you. But it's okay, ladies and gentlemen, because Miss Katie reflected on her mistakes and probably uploaded one of the best apologies on YouTube. This is exactly what... Hang on, what? Hitler was a nice guy too sometimes? Just like your own family members. Oh, so she followed up with another Hitler video. And just the whole title, Hitler was a nice guy too sometimes, just like your own family members. Yeah, I'm not sure my grandmother would gas millions of people. But I understand your point. I definitely do. And this really does tie back to around what I was saying earlier, where she just, some reason, capitalizes on people's trauma just to push her own agenda. I mean, that's sick, don't you think? That's pretty twisted. In fact, it's psychotic. But yeah, I hate to say, ladies and gentlemen, but now would probably be a good time to take a look at the upload she posted about her talking about a baby who was having ribs for the first time, which, I'm going to be honest with you know, probably trigger warning. It's pretty diabolical.
Imagine that this is your baby, and you ask your sister to babysit for a little while because you have to run some errands. Imagine that you tell your sister that you are vegan and you don't want your baby to eat any animal products. You trust your sister because you think your sister loves you and respects you. But when you're not looking, your sister takes the dead body part of an innocent animal who didn't want to die and feeds it to your child.
Right, whoa now, right. First things first, right. It's not as if this auntie is feeding a dead body part to a child. That just sounds way too extreme, okay? It's a cooked piece of meat. It's like if you were to call the police up and say, hey, whoa, hello, my auntie, she's feeding cooked meat to my vegan child. It's like, oh, well, there's not much we can do about that, but maybe next time have a word with your sister. However, if you put in the words of Miss Katie, hello, police. Yeah, hello, what's happening, right? Yeah, just want to let you know, my sister is feeding my child dead body parts. Yeah, can you believe it? Yeah, dead body parts, I know. Yeah, rotten corpses. Yeah, you better send a unit around real quick because, what am I up to later? Oh, no, much. Just got a pack of 10 sausages here. Fancy come over for a barbecue? Better take these back in the fridge. Gonna have these bad boys later, Miss Katie.
And she makes a video and she posts it for everyone to see. But the feedback she gets isn't of people scolding her for being cruel and betraying her sister's trust. The feedback she gets is praise. This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in, where a vegan mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions and not betray her. Millions of people have seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny.
Yeah, to be honest with you, Miss Katie, I think it's just you that feels that way. I mean, it is pretty funny, I'd say. I mean, look at the baby's reaction. It's absolutely hilarious. And yeah, look, of course, if I had a child and my child was vegan and I left my child at my sister's house, I don't have a sister, but if I did, hypothetically, and she fed her meat, yeah, I'd be pretty annoyed about it. I'd say, like, why are you doing that for? But the point is, I think this is just a video that someone just took and just put a caption on top of it. I mean, that's all I think it is, and she's just deeping it massively at this point. You think it's bad, right? It's not that bad yet. The bad bit is coming up. And let me tell you how bad it is. It's so bad.
But look closely. This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices. The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction.
First of all, Miss Katie, it's none of your business. Second of all, I don't think I like where this is going.
If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction. Let that sink in for a minute.
Are you for real? What kind of psychopath do you have to be to say something like that? Yeah, Miss Katie, you make a really, really good point. Yeah. If a penis was covered in barbecue sauce, a baby would enjoy it. Yeah, sorry, were you not a teacher at some point in your life? You were responsible for children? Sorry, what What kind of freakishly fucked up world are we living in? And to think that this kind of person has a platform, why would you ever associate the word penis and baby in the same sentence? There must be something wrong with you, okay? Maybe you need to go and speak to somebody and just check to make sure everything's alright up there, you know? You're getting old now. Maybe there's a couple of screws loose, you know? Bit of Alzheimer's coming in. Did you Alzheimer again, perhaps? And do you know what's annoying about this clip is that it was so unnecessary. You could have said anything. You could have said a bit of Lego, bit of plastic maybe, you know, bit of tin foil, anything. But you decided to talk about a literal male's cock with barbecue sauce on it and involve a child. And yeah, that is really bad, but the way she follows up on it is probably just as bad.
Covered in sauce. The child would have had the same reaction. Let that sink in for a minute. Ponder that. Picture that. Feel that in your gut.
No thank you. I think I'll just, pass on that one. Also, why does she sound like she's making this some sort of meditation class? Okay, folks, welcome to the virtual meditation class. Please actually follow along at home. So, please close your eyes. Feel the breeze against your face. Let sink in the feeling and emotions of a penis with barbecue sauce on it. And imagine a literal child enjoying it. It just doesn't feel right. It feels illegal. It feels wrong. And you got to think about it as well, is that when you're the kind of person who has such a big platform, you got to be really careful what you say and what kind of agenda you're pushing out there. And to be honest with you, it sounds like pedophilia. Like, she's not a pedophile, but that's something a pedophile would say. That's the conversation she's pushing out there with her platform. You're going to be very careful what you say. You, Miss Katie, need to take a step back, reflect on the things you are saying, understand that there are things that are unethical to do. That is not going to get your point across or your conversation pushed out any further. Because the things you are doing in order to push out your conversation is completely unethical. Therefore, no one is going to agree with you and no one is going to convert to vegan from what you're saying. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel. Let's reach 100k, baby. Also, check out my other videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy them a lot. Here's a reaction video. Here's a commentary video. Happy days.